It's your boy Matt here. It is Tac0 admin for 3rd of March 2026, coming to you from the Adult Mental Health Unit in Canberra to highlight the insanity of war. Iran, that's fucking terrible. It probably needed to happen, and I actually have some respect for Trump for doing something on it. You can't fix Iran just with an air bombing campaign, because the issue that you're facing there is there a capacity to develop nuclear weapons. And what you need to do is you need to get rid of their bunkers, and those bunkers are very deep. I haven't been tracking the war entirely, but that's the thing that they need to find, locate, and get rid of, because what you do when you bomb the shit out of someone is they get very angry. This is what happened during Vietnam. Donald Trump very famously said to, I think it was Mitt Romney, that he preferred that his veterans weren't captured, and that was, I remember that being a big spat. Well, Mitt Romney got captured because he was flying over North Vietnam and he got shot down. Now, that operation, which was called Operation Rolling Thunder, has been accepted by all analysts as a colossal failure, because the idea is that they thought they would just keep bombing the Vietnamese, and the Vietnamese would just get fed up of being bombed, and then they'll be like, okay, well, we're not going to keep fighting. What happens when you prod someone is that they're going to prod you back, right? And the Iranians, they're trying to get a nuclear weapon so they can prod you back so fucking hard. And a couple of the missiles they shot through landed and they blew shit up. If you are not going to go through the business of restructuring an entire society, which is what could potentially have worked in Iran, there's a lot more. Iran is not Afghanistan or Iraq. It's more like Iraq than it is like Afghanistan, but it's a nation which has functioning bureaucracies and a functioning government. What's going to happen now is there is the opportunity for the Iranians to organize in some different but what's most likely going to happen is that the existing political structure is just going to morph into a different version of the same thing. You're going to have different people in the government departments now taking on more senior roles. There is going to be more room for movement. There are going to be opportunities for people, for that bureaucracy to tack things on. It would be phenomenal if the Iranian people were able to organize and orchestrate a revolution. But to do that, you'd need to have a significant intervention beforehand by the CIA. And because this operation seems to have been somewhat ad lib, there has not been the pre-work to do that kind of thing. That means that ultimately it's going to be another part of the ongoing cycle for Iran, and it looks to me that Iran might just be the new Palestine. It's just this country which continuously gets bombed and abused every couple of years. It has a shitty government. The people are never able to get up, and what will happen is that the Americans, if they keep using this strategy, will just keep bombing the shit out of them, and the cycle will repeat. Potentially. It's unlikely there's going to be another Trump. I am not entirely against this move, actually. I think the bombing campaign for Iran has been wildly successful. It's something that an American president who has seen the failures of previous campaigns, such as Iraq and Afghanistan, would be quite willing to participate in. What's really needed is the seizure of all the nuclear facilities and anything nuclear related, and the location of nuclear material. And if they wanted, then they could fuck off. But that would not be ethical. And it's a real fucking, if anyone's going to take that job of world police force, you need to understand that being the big swinging dick, being the turbo alpha, comes at a massive price, and that price is the suffering of the American people, okay? And To do that intervention is going to require to truly get Iran to a stage where it's no longer a threat and the people of Iran are treated civilly and have a decent life is going to be so expensive. It's going to cost a lot of money and a lot of blood, and the Americans are not going to be interested in that. Definitely Trump wouldn't. But at the minimum, they need to destroy the capacity for the Iranians to be able to produce nuclear weapons. And that means destroying their deep bunkers. And they've got these amazing bunkers. Like they've been locked in this war with Israel for a long time. They've got the infrastructure, they've prepared, and there's going to be things which haven't been blown up yet. And to get those facilities destroyed, it would require boots on the ground, and it would require a substantial amount of them. If the Americans wanted to do the most, psychopathic thing, they would put their troops on the ground, go in, blow up all the bunkers, then come out and call it a day. But that's not an operation which would resonate with American values. That kind of operation is something the Russians would do. The Russians do all this kind of weird shit in Africa with their mercenaries, which the Wagner Group, that's why I believe the Wagner Group still exists. It's because it allows the Russians to do those kinds of operations with a little bit of plausible deniability, because it's mercenaries who are doing it. It's not the actual Russian military, and that allows them to do funky stuff in Africa. But this is going to be a cycle which will continue, and when you bomb the shit out of someone and you make them, and you're really just promoting further aggression. Okay, have a good day, everyone.